WWThrillNet Radio.
This Lost City area of the park just looks amazing. Well, that was a wonderful ride on Colossus. Oh my word. The views are incredible on this. Why don't we, just turn this up a bit? Oh, hi ERT person. Hello and welcome back to ThrillNet, and welcome to the third part in the series in which I tour Thorpe Park in Minecraft in order to cure your withdrawal symptoms of Thorpe Park. Today we're going to be touring the Lost City area of the park, and for those who don't know, that is the area of the park home to the coaster Colossus, the 10 inversion coaster that held the world record for the number of inversions on a coaster at the time. And it's to the west of the dome. It's also got a range of flat rides in there. So yeah, there's plenty to experience. Like usual, there'll be timestamps in the description to the different rides covered in this video, so that you can navigate between those as and how you wish. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video then. So here we are at the amazing Thorpe Park entrance for the third time, because this is the third episode of this series. So let's make our way across this bridge. And as we're making our way across the bridge, I'll talk a bit more about what you can expect today in terms of what we're going to be seeing. So obviously there's the 10 inversion coaster Colossus, which is an intimate multi-inversion coaster. There's a range of other flat rides in this area, including Rush and S&S Screaming Swing. You got Quantum, a magic carpet ride, Vortex, a KMG afterburner, and Zodiac, which is a Huss Enterprise. I think first of all though, we're going to start off with Colossus, and I mean, you can see me here walking over to it down this sort of path that goes sort of over the ride and back under, because the entrance is right at the end of this area. And I mean, look at this though. Like, this ride has to be one of the most well presented coasters in the country, if not the best presented coaster. Like, this Lost City area of the park just looks amazing. And like, yeah, you can see, you know, we get to go all under the coaster here, and then over the coaster, and then back under it again. But here we are at the entrance to Colossus. You can see there the top of the lift hill, which we're going to go under in the queue, and sort of the turn around and drop there. Like, this looks so realistic. I've never been to Thorpe Park, for those who don't know, but I'm sure that those who've been will, you know, agree that this is realistic, because based off what I've seen of Thorpe Park, like, this really does look realistic. But obviously I've never been, so I can't get the full picture. And I've got to also praise the soundtrack here in Lost City. I know I always praise the Thorpe Park soundtracks in this episode. Like, I praised Amity, you know, the entrance soundtrack before, but this music is just, soundtrack should I say, is just so, I don't know, and we're going to have to say bye-bye to it now as we go into the station, but like, this soundtrack that's playing now has got to be one of my favourites in the park. But here we are in the station. Sometimes the soundtrack plays in here, but we don't seem to have it at the moment. And for those who haven't seen episodes 1 and 2, they have full 3D model trains, you know, for the trains on all the coasters, and it applies to the flat rides as well. Oh, there we go, soundtrack's kicking in. Bit delayed there, but like, these trains are just amazing, you got to agree. So here we go on Colossus. You'll have seen there the restraints just go down. We're on the front row. We're getting a dispatch announcement, because this server features dispatch announcements for a lot of the Thorpe Park rides. And yeah, it seems really overhated, this coaster. Everyone says, you know, it has uncomfortable trains and that it's rough, but to me it doesn't look that uncomfortable and rough. But then, what would I know? Because like, I've never been to Thorpe Park and ridden it. But yeah, you will have seen there the camera tilt. Before on EuroMagic, the way you were facing wouldn't follow the movement of rides and coasters, but now they've got support for a mod which basically resolves that problem, so you don't have to keep moving your mouse all the time to turn. Which can be a bit awkward when you're going through fast transitions. But I'll put a link to their Discord server in the description where you can find out more about that. And I'll also put the IP address in the description. I forgot to mention that, or just server address, should I say, that you can use to connect to this server. And our favourite soundtrack is playing again as we're going around this layout. But yeah, or my favourite Lost City soundtrack. But there you go. You'll see we now go upside down as well when you go through the inversions, and there was no support for that before. Like, this mod is just an absolute game changer. But yeah, I've tested it on some of the coasters and rides we covered in parts 1 and 2, and it's just, yeah, I've managed to get sort of much smoother experiences than you would have seen in those episodes. Well, that was a wonderful ride on Colossus, and you know what, after that ride I think I've made my mind up. Like, I'm more excited to ride this than I am to ride the Smiler at Alton Towers. Like, you know, this looks so much better. There's so, like, I don't know, there's, you know, just, you know, you got gaps between the inversions. It's not just all one after the other. You know, you got a chance to, like, take in the amazing scenery around and all the rides rather than just being flung from one thing to another. Like, it doesn't look ugly off ride like the Smiler, so yeah. Anyway, I've decided that next we're going to go and Rush, the S&S Screaming Swing. This is one of the only rides at Thorpe Park that I have, like, any intention of going on, because, like, it doesn't look like it'd make me, like, throw up completely. Because, yeah, it doesn't, like, have loads of inversions. Like, it's just basically a swing, like, at the park. Like, you know, a playground, children's park, whatever you want to call it, but just, like, a bigger version. Well, here we are on Rush, and oh my words, that got going very suddenly. But yeah, like I said, it's basically a massive, like, children's park swingy thing, or S&S Screaming Swing, as us geeks or enthusiasts call it. But yeah, you can see we are getting higher, like, and faster. It does not even make sense, but oh my word, the views are incredible on this. Like, this is what Alton Towers is missing, one of these things all the way through the trees. Like, I'm, like, well known for thinking that I'm going to prefer Thorpe Park to Alton Towers, and why am I facing the complete wrong way? I've just turned around, I'm facing the complete wrong way. But there we are, and this mod just helps so much tilting the camera for me. Well, it doesn't really do it in this view, but yeah, like, this is an incredible view actually to see the ride sort of in. Well guys, that was an incredible ride on Rush. It really did give me an adrenaline rush, and if you want an adrenaline rush and to become part of the Thrill Network and be notified about everything thrill related in the UK and beyond via the internet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell to enable notifications if you have enjoyed this video, because, you know, I don't just cover Minecraft recreations of parks, I also publish videos, you know, about what's going on in the theme parks in real life. I aim to get back to vlogging this year at parks such as Blackpool, Pleasure Beach and Alton Towers, and maybe, just maybe Thorpe Park. I really hope so, but who knows. So yeah, if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, we are now here at Quantum, the magic carpet ride thingamabob. I don't know who it's manufactured by, I really don't. Anyway, this ride essentially, and oh, a new soundtrack. There was a bit of silence there, but Quantum has its own unique soundtrack, as you can tell. And this is another ride I would definitely go on as well, because it literally just moves around, like, up and down in sort of a circular motion. And yeah, that's all there really is to it. And yeah, there we go, face the right way. Why don't I? But yeah, this is basically all it does pretty much. Yeah, how, like, interesting. Like, even I'm getting a bit bored here. But yeah, I know, why don't we, like, just turn this up a bit? Okay, I don't think it's designed to go that fast. Well, after destroying Quantum, I think it's time we had a ride on Zodiac. And, oh, hi ERT person. Whoever you're, wait, who are you? I can't see you. Oh, stop running away from. Anyway, this is a Huss Enterprise that I'm not looking forward to riding because these things look like literally horrible. Like, there's one called Enterprise at Alton Towers, for anyone who doesn't know. And Alton Towers is another park that is actually hosted on this server. It's on a separate map, and it's one that we're going to be covering very soon. As you may or may not be able to tell, this form of ride is basically a massive wheel with a load of gondolas on the outside that spins around and then lifts up and basically tilts to practically 90 degrees, so you're upside down. So this is going to be horrible, and I'm probably going to feel quite sick after it. And oh my word, we're already picking up speed here. Oh my words. And we're tilting up, as you can see. And now we're going upside down. And oh my word. Yeah, this is very horrible. This ride. Oh my words. Yes, it is. Hopefully it's only a short cycle is all I can say.
2,000 years later.
And there you can see behind me what we have just experienced. And oh my word, I do not feel well. But now we are going to be experiencing another ride that's likely make me not going to feel well. This is Vortex, a KMG afterburner, which is basically a swing, kind of like Rush. Oh my word, I cannot believe that I just compared a KMG afterburner to an SNS Screaming Swing. But if you enjoyed that comparison, leave a like. Yeah, except it sort of spins round as well. That's the best way of describing it. It's got seats on the outside and sort of spins as it's swinging. Oh my word. Oh, we're starting off slowly. Are we? We're starting off slow. Let's hope it does nothing more than this, but I just know full well it would do. You know, this spinning's kind of a nice sensation at the moment. And oh my word. Oh my word. Here we go. Oh dear me. This looks like. Oh my word. Oh dear. Can see, but we can see the queue line down there. We can see all across the park. We're getting some brilliant views, but yeah, this does not feel nice.
One eternity later.
I feel very sick now. That was not nice. Oh, you're still here, are you? Well, that's a surprise. It's certainly been an interesting 15 to 20 minutes, hasn't it? Well, since you're still here, let me tell you a bit of exclusive news. Old Town, another area in Thorpe Park, is going to open on this server next week. And it's home to many more amazing rides, including Solar Ride, a Gerslar Eurofighter, Samurai, a Mondale Top Scan, Rocky Express, Lumber Jump. There's so much to see. So if you're not sick of me, then why not click the subscribe icon at the bottom of your screen so you don't miss any of that? And why not click the video in the top right of your screen to go and watch last episode? Or the video in the top left to watch whatever YouTube recommends to you. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in one of those two videos.